Hey there, everybody. It's Sam Gray, the resident researcher, and today I'm going to show you how to quickly isolate a single vocal line, like, say, the soprano part, from a scanned choral score using Adobe Acrobat Pro. This is a fantastic way of supporting students with disabilities, or any student really with visual processing needs, to meet an IEP, meet a 504 plan, or just help in accommodating for all kinds of students and just streamlining practice materials. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you, we're going to open up the score here. You go to your File Explorer or wherever your file is kept and pop it up. For today's example, I'm using Cantate Domino by Coelho, 4-part choral piece in PDF format. You click on the Edit PDF toolbar navigation, a little thing like that. Acrobat Pro will attempt to recognize the text and image layers. Since this is a scanned file, it takes a few moments to process. Once activated, you'll see that Acrobat creates editable boxes around image chunks on the page. This gives us the power to create, erase, or crop out. As you can see, I'm highlighting the alto, tenor, and bass. You'll see that they pop up. You click delete. Oh, occasionally you'll have a little leftover few music notes here and there to be able to do that. But then you can go in and shift and adjust those as I just did, as you can see. And you can see that there's an extra dynamic there left over from the alto line. And so you'll just want to click. Sometimes it recognizes things in multiple stages, and boom, then we have a clean soprano only line. One of the things that I'd like to do is add an extra shape or a rectangle and adjusting that so that then you're able to make some slight differences and have a cleaner result. So one way I do that, as you can see, is navigating to the little toolbar that's next to there, making sure that the fill and the border are white, and then navigating to the rectangle setting. And I always go underneath if there is particular text, always going underneath text, creating that nice square there. And you can see it removes the rest of the system if that is what you would like to do. It's important that that leaves the page kind of intact while making only the soprano line visible. It's even kind of a secondary thing you might want to think about it doing is noticing that on the second system there, it's wider and longer. So we're going to play around with that a little bit. On the second page, I'm removing the titles and then scanning just and selecting just the soprano line. You can see that I struggle a little bit with this though because, you can see that this just moves rather smoothly once you've got them selected and set. It's pretty straightforward to go. The one important thing to recognize is making sure that you're not using the pan tool. Definitely use the select option, the little arrow button. You can literally control copy and control paste. So that's control C for copy, control Z for paste, and then drag around and try and fit that soprano line on there. And you can see that I left kind of the first line from the first system just kind of up higher. That's because the width didn't work too well, because the widths were different. Obviously, this doesn't work perfect. You can see that there are some eighth notes that are a little over the bar that'll need some adjustment for various different reasons. But this is definitely one way that you are able to at least get things set on one particular piece of and one continuous line using maybe a scanned PDF that you already have as a music educator. And then the most important thing is probably, making sure you save afterwards. So making sure that you are going up to the top right of Adobe Acrobat Pro, clicking that nice little floppy disk, for those of us who remember what a floppy disk is, clicking that and then saving it under as like cantate underscore domino underscore soprano underscore only .pdf. That is one particular option. And then that's it. A clean, effective way to adapt a choral score with Adobe Acrobat Pro. Whether you're supporting an individual student or making your materials more inclusive overall, this workflow can make a big impact and be relatively quick in terms of editing. If you found this helpful, be sure to like or comment below on this particular video on resonantresearcher.com for more accessibility tips in music education. Thank you.